So what was your biggest obstacle that you ever faced in your life, and how did you overcome it?
Our soul has no nationality or passport.
Young people today don't really realize what the Soviet Union was like.
One store where you can buy like a pair of shoes of one size, bread, milk, butter. I'm a member of American Dairy Goat Association, believe me or not.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jennifer Valoppi. I'm the founder of the Women of Tomorrow Mentor and Scholarship Program, and also a longtime television newscaster, journalist, and author. This podcast is designed to highlight the women of today and what they can do to help other women achieve their dreams. It's all about women helping women, guiding us and helping us move forward, learning from leaders in their professions who can help you move into your personal power. Our guest today is Julia Lemigova. Julia is a star on Bravo's hit TV show, Real Housewives of Miami. She's also a former model and was the final Miss USSR before the Soviet Union became Russia again. Her life story goes far beyond what you see on television. She's an entrepreneur, a mother, a model for living her life authentically. She's lived across multiple cultures, navigated profound loss, and embraced love on her own terms. From leaving the Soviet Union to building a successful wellness and skincare business in Paris, to coming to the United States and now living on a farm with her partner, tennis legend Martina Navratilova, Julia continues to live in the public eye with honesty, integrity, and strength. Welcome, Julia.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start by talking about Housewives. Is all that stuff for real, all the drama you see, or is that just made for TV?
Oh my God, I wish it would be made for TV. It's actually 100% real and beyond. No script, no preparation. We just roll. Drama follows us.
But all the conflict and all the drama, is that alcohol fueled? I mean, what is it that you see so much drama there all the time?
No, it's our personality fueled.
Okay.
I mean, I think the cast is so brilliant the way we were chosen, because I guess producers know who gets along more or less and how it's all gonna eventually, problem, solution, result. There will be a resolution, but it comes through a few bumps and bumpy roads.
How did you get involved in the first place?
All my life I worked with cameras. We followed each other. And one of the cast members of the show invited me to try out because they were rebooting the show again after 10 years post. And I tried, and here am I, 4 years as a main cast on the show. 4 years
later.
Yes.
Were you ever hesitant to do it? I mean, there's, so many things that go on with some of the people on that show. Were you ever hesitant?
I was a total rookie. I never watched the show before. And they know it. But I watched the whole entire 3 seasons that they had Miami Housewives. And I thought it was pretty dramatic, but fun at the same time. And joining with Martina, my wife, as a first same-sex marriage couple was such an honor. And I just thought it was a great opportunity to kind of shine a light on that love has no gender. And that's what I was always saying. And I happily joined the cast.
And was Martina comfortable also being involved in with the cast? And because she comes on the show sometimes, right?
All the time. All my personal scenes, most of them are with Martina.
Okay.
I mean, she's a very private person and quite shy at times. But again, when we joined, we both agreed that it would be a great thing to show people that, because we were the first one. There was never on Bravo a couple of same-sex marriage.
Right, but Housewives doesn't have a great track record for relationships.
Well, we're still married.
That's a little scary, huh?
I was warned. I was told there were quite a few divorces. I mean, even during my time on the show. But you gotta believe in love wins. And Martina and I are like partners. So we say you're my partner for life. We're stuck with each other.
So it's such a crazy juxtaposition going to between the glamour and the glitz that I usually see you with, and then going to the farm.
Yeah.
What's
rolling
that
out
about?
in the boots with my truck. I'm kind of very down-to-earth person, and I consider myself my personality is maybe farm to glam. That's how I lived my life always. from podiums, multiple different podiums all over the world, to, let's get down to the reality. I'm not scared to get dirty and put my hands into, picking up the weeds or milking the goats. It's kind of natural to me. And I love it.
Did you ever see the show Green Acres?
You know what? I love it. Like what you just said, it's like in my imagination, my life with Martina, we are Green Acres. We're kind of like a different version of Green Acres, 100%. I love, love, love the show.
Uh-huh. So would you say that that's the biggest thing that people misunderstand about you? Is that you are so down to earth?
I think people who really know me, they know that. When I appear to maybe on TV and, with certain edits, for the first time, you may see me, you may imagine something else, especially if some drama or extra emotions involved. But in reality, I know who I am, and my friends know, my family knows, Martina knows, she's there. I think if I would be like, she says I'm high maintenance, which I'm like, really, darling? I'm not high maintenance. She laughs. I am combination of both.
Okay. Well, you've had a crazy life because you started out in the pageant business, right? You started out as a model and then you were Miss USSR.
The other way around. Right? I was a student, high school student in Moscow during the USSR time. And I was just a kid and I entered the beauty pageant, Miss USSR, because every girl at that time was dreaming about modeling career on the West.
Right.
And it was just opening up, and people like John Casablanca from Elite would come to Moscow and contracting Russian models to go to New York, to Milan, to Paris, glamorous. And I saw it as an opportunity. I entered without any idea where it would take me, and I ended up winning. And, people think, oh my God, it's so glamorous. It was at times. But it taught me, like, I grew up so quickly, way quicker than I wanted to.
But, okay, so young people today don't really realize what the Soviet Union was like. When it was, before it became Russia again, and it was the Soviet Union, it was a communist country. It was a scary communist country for those of us in the West. What was it like growing up there?
I knew nothing else except a dream that like my father, he has some French origins, and I was taught a story that your grandfather was from Lyon, and there was a Marquis de la Tournai. So that was like in the musical Matilda. That was my Matilda dream.
Okay.
I was saying to myself since I was a young girl, pioneer member with a polyester red scarf on my neck, which I absolutely hated. One day I will be living in Paris. I'm a Marquise de la Tournai, and I will be living in Paris, and I will see the Eiffel Tower. I believe in power of manifestation. It was complete dream, but whenever my life was really tough, whether because my red polyester pioneer member scarf was not ironed enough, and they would kick me out of school for saying pretty much, I was declared pretty much insane for saying I'm a Marquise de la Tournai, I will be living in Paris. But I didn't care. That was my dream. And I saw it.
Well, describe what that means, though, to be, the red scarf. What is that all about, to be a pioneer? What did that mean?
From what I remember, I was 8 years old. You that young, 8, 10 years old, you belong to a pioneer party. And they say Lenin was our virtual grandfather. And I was saying, this is not true. Lenin is not my grandfather. My grandfather was a Marquis de la Tournai. It was really kind of not allowed to say those days. But I was saying that.
It's a good thing you got out, because you might not have lasted very long. You would have ended up in a Russian gulag or something like that, talking like that.
I mean, I never experienced, thank God, anything of that. They were just thinking I'm a silly little girl. And, but, I had a happy childhood, but it was pretty much closed up. We didn't have access to any of the Western things or foreign toys. I was a kid. I was 10-year-old.
Right.
And I remember one of my class friends. Her father was like a diplomat, and she would come back to school with chewing gum and little stickers. Oh my God, you have no idea. This is like unheard of. Because at the time you go to the store and it's like a one store where you can buy like a pair of shoes of one size, bread, milk, butter, and whatever else. Just very limited access to everything.
So when you hear people talk about democratic socialism, what do you think?
Oh my God, it's very kind of a broad spectrum. I mean, I lived communism, then kind of more social. I don't know how democratic and socialist can really kind of be together. It's kind of complicated in my mind. It's kind of one or the other.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to.
It doesn't really, it seems to be a very good match.
You seem to be a master of reinventing yourself in a lot of different ways. You know, you seem to be a very adaptable person. Would you say that's true?
Total chameleon, yes.
Life
made me this way.
Life made you that way. How so?
I'm a very positive person. I've been down, I've been poor, being less poor, I've been sad and happy, but there's one thing I kept as a common core is never consider yourself a victim. No matter how much life put you through traumas, just believe there will be a positive life. Don't keep grudges. Don't seek vengeance. Don't be upset. Don't blame anybody else. Something happened. Tomorrow will be a better day. It's literally like that.
So how is it that you got out of the Soviet Union? How did you get out of there?
I ended up winning Miss USSR. And the jury, one of the juries were agencies from London, Storm. They just discovered Kate Moss 6 months prior.
Okay.
And another agency, Marilyn Gauthier from Paris. They were like considered the best agencies in fashion world at the time. And it was elite New York as well. And three of them offered me a contract.
Wow.
And just like that, I got my tourist visa and flew to London. I decided London would be my first destination.
So you were able to not have to go back to the Soviet Union? That was okay?
I mean, I did not defect, but when I was leaving, and it was January 1991, right? Still Soviet Union. I had a tourist visa and I knew I'm going to stay. And I did not know when I will see my family again. And that was difficult because I knew I wanted to make my life as a model. I knew I wanted to see other things, reconnect maybe with my French part of the family. And, but I believed it will be okay somehow.
When did you see your family again?
A year and a half later.
After the Soviet Union had fallen?
Right. Yes. 6 months later. In between, so I left Moscow in January 1991. I went to Miss Universe in May 1991 by myself, not speaking English. I literally spoke like 30 words in English. And I didn't have any pretty clothes because since I was already living outside Russia, out of Soviet Union, nobody like sponsored me. I had a teeny tiny suitcase with whatever dress I could find. But I was determined. I arrived there. I came second. As a runner-up. Dick Clark was the spokesman. And I could not answer in English a question, which was, what is the biggest problem in your country and how would you solve it? I spoke 30 words. It's still on YouTube. It's still out there. I was just like, I love and everybody love and thank you, Mr. Gorbachev. And then I made a promise to myself, I will go back and I will learn English. And one day I'll be back on TV, kind of speaking a bit better than that.
Well, you went back and you learned English for sure, but you really couldn't have said what was wrong with your country anyway, right?
That's a great point. Yes. Some diplomacy would have to come in between, but I didn't want to be political anyway, so I would have probably been more neutral and hope for the best.
It's kind of interesting to think about a young girl who grew
I
up.
was 18 then, yeah.
It's interesting to think about a young girl who grew up in a communist country, where you really didn't have any freedom, and yet you dreamt big. You dreamt big, and you dreamt of leaving. Why do you think that was? What do you think? And your father was actually a colonel in the Red Army, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So what do you think gave you the security, the I don't know, the confidence to say I can get out of here?
I think I always kind of had this childlike wonder personality, and I feel that our soul has no nationality or passport. It's our aura. It doesn't matter if you live in a communist country, if you live in privileged or not privileged environment, if you just have something inside you that gives you this light, it really doesn't matter where you're born. And I was lucky to, I think we all have it. Everyone has it. It's just sometimes we lose confidence and we lose that light, and that's the biggest advice I could give somebody. Like, never lose your light. It's in you. No matter where you're born, find it, connect with it, never, and in your downest, horrible, most awful time, just keep that light.
Was freedom ever overwhelming for you?
No.
No.
What was overwhelming was the fact that, I don't know, I was so close to my parents. And I had a little brother who's like 12 years younger than me. The overwhelming part was, will I ever see them again, Like, leaving them behind.
Are your parents still alive?
Still alive, still together. They're older. They came to Miami to see me twice.
Okay.
But now, that we don't have an embassy. American embassy doesn't exist. I'm a U.S. citizen, but they don't have an embassy, and they're older. For them, they would have to travel to like another country to get a visa. It's all doable, but it's very, very tough when you're older and not in a fantastic health.
Yeah. And how about your brother?
He's a father of 5 kids, believe me or not.
Wow.
The youngest one is like 1 year old. He lives in Moscow.
When you went to Paris, you started a beauty and wellness company. Tell me about that.
After 15 years of nonstop modeling, where I did like most of the designers that there are in fashion and a lot of like photography, but there is a time, like a ballerina, you have to say goodbye. I said goodbye to modeling before modeling would say goodbye to me, basically. Okay. And reinvented myself in the skincare. Always loved fashion, always loved beauty industry. And I saw this flower shop, which was going out of business. I bought this flower shop, again, with a vision. I knew I'm going to do something wellness related. I traveled a lot in Thailand and China, Japan, fell in love with the concept of wellness. But at the time in France, it was all beauty stores, like traditional beauty stores. But in Asian culture, you have this amazing health massages, reflexology, Thai massage, shiatsu. I fell in love with it. And I wanted to create like a mini Amman hotel, teeny mini Amman spa. And that's what I envisioned in Paris. Right in the center of fashion district, behind Avenue Montaigne. Teeny tiny little shop that I converted into a spa, which later became, I started mixing my creams. All the fashion editors from every single magazine. I had more press on my spa and the skincare line than even maybe modeling when I was modeling, because they would all come in and they would have a foot massage, and I would cook them some rice with, some herbs. Smelled like a kaffir leaves, all organic, natural, like hands-on massages.
How long did you do that for?
10 years.
Oh, wow.
I actually came to the US because of that. I applied for a talent visa. One day I was like, I would love to move to America. I would try to bring my skincare, but it was almost a mission impossible.
What did you do with it here?
I moved to Miami with my wife, Martina. I love the bohemian and the cultural side, and it was so chilled and easy compared to the busy streets of New York or Paris. I said, darling, we need to try Miami. There is something magical about the melting pot, the mixture of cultures.
Who did you model for primarily?
For 3 years, I was a house model for Jill Sander.
Okay.
So I was flying Hamburg, Paris all the time. Emporio Armani, I did his show. Emmanuel Ungaro did his clothes on me. The Yves Saint Laurent Rive Gauche, that was like the main designers. Celine. And then a lot of catalogs. Germany was my hugest market. That's paid for my skincare line.
So where'd you meet Martina?
We met in Paris during French Open. And that's again power of manifestation. Since I was very young, I saw her on TV playing tennis and winning, as always, one of her championships. And there was something about her. There's some aura about. I didn't care about tennis at all. I just saw some soul in her. There was something different. I saw this human who I just connected in a weird way through TV. I know it sounds weird, but it's true. She knows. And I started like literally, if somebody would talk to me, oh, I play tennis. I like tennis. I was like, oh, you do? I'm good. Do you know Martina?
Really?
To all my friends. Do you know? I was like seeking connection to Martina. Everybody knew. Julia is like obsessed with Martina.
Wow. Soulmate.
And one day at the party in Paris, there she was. There she was. Yes.
So was it love at first sight?
It was pretty much, it was a challenge because I needed her to come and talk to me. I was at the bar. She was sitting there with friends. It was in 2000, 26 years ago. And I knew I had like probably a minute before she would come and talk to me. So I turned back. There she was. And I looked at her. She describes in a certain way that look. I don't know what look it was, but it was like a second, and I turned away and I started counting, thinking, okay, if like 60 seconds I give, if she doesn't come and say hello, lost. 45, 46, 47, poof. Hi, I'm Martina. Okay. Hello, I'm Julia. Would you like a drink? No, thank you. Let's go dance. And then I was like on a mission. Because I was like, okay, we went dancing. And I said, okay, let's play a game. You're going to give me your number and I will memorize it. Just like that. She laughed. She gave me the number. I'm usually so dyslexic, but like officially diagnosed. Cannot remember anything. I saw this number. I have a photographic memory. She was saying her number and I was seeing it. Tick, tick, tick. Okay, talk later. And I left.
Wow.
I know.
When did you see her again?
8 years later.
No.
I swear to you.
After all that? You waited 8 years? You forgot the number.
I did not. I called her. But then life went on and we were talking for about 2 months. And then her life changed directions. So did mine. We never saw each other.
Oh, shame on you.
It was literally 5 minutes talking to each other.
Wow.
And then we met again exactly 8 years later.
Okay.
During the French Open. I was with a friend who was a tennis player, and I had already my 2 daughters. One was 2, one was 6.
Okay.
And we literally bumped into each other in the Players Restaurant of Roland Garros.
Okay, so hold that for a second, because before you were with Martina.
Yes.
Okay, you were married.
No, I was not married, but I had my 2 daughters.
Okay.
Without being married.
Okay, so you had your 2 daughters,
yes.
But you were in a straight relationship.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And what happened there?
Didn't work out. Happens. Yes, okay. I was a single mom.
Were you always gay and decided to try a different kind of relationship, or were you in a straight relationship and decided to try a gay relationship? Which
I never really decided to have a gay or straight relationship. I consider myself, I guess, bisexual. I had more relationship with men than with women, but I did have short relationships with other women. It happened, but never really considering a future together with anybody. It's like I was looking for a soulmate. It didn't really matter if it was a man or a woman. Soulmate. The father of my kids ended up not being my soulmate. With one of them, we are still great friends. With the other one, not so much. But that's again, it's life. And
two different fathers.
Yes. Okay. Yes. And the father of my younger daughter, we absolutely love him with Martina. Every time we go to Paris, we sometimes stay with him. He cooks for us, so it's family. He's amazing. And but at the time I was single. When I met Martina for the first time, I felt I met a soulmate. So it wasn't that I decided to be in a gay relationship. Didn't think that. It was a person.
Okay. So now you're at Roland Garros and you meet
8
Martina
years later,
again.
now in 2008.
Okay.
I have my 2 daughters running around. We're in Players Restaurant.
Right.
We bumped into each other with a tray of food. And she remembered me. Oh, I obviously remembered her. And I said to her, kind of trying to be cool and keep my cool. I said, well, how about coffee? No, how about breakfast 8 years later? She said, okay. We met the next day for coffee. The next day we had a second breakfast. And then third breakfast. And then she moved in.
Oh, okay.
Just like that.
All right.
Yes, and then she moved in.
1, 2, 3, and you moved in
1,
together.
2, 3, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what made you have the confidence to do that? What made you feel like, okay, I really don't know this person very well, but you know what? We can live together.
I mean, she kind of didn't officially move in, but technically moved in. I knew that we'll be together forever. I trusted her from that second. I gave her a hard time for kind of disappearing for 8 years a little bit.
And you have 2 children together.
So Martina helped me to raise my 2 daughters because when we met, it was 2 and 6. We lived together in Paris for on and off because she was going back to the States all the time. She was in Aspen full time. But every vacation we would be together. Every time she could, she would come to Paris. And then we moved to Miami. Our daughters are now 20 and 24. And a year and a half ago, life took another direction and we adopted 2 little brothers who are today 3 and 4. Oh. So we have now 4 children together.
Wow. That's so fabulous, huh? And how often are you guys on the farm together?
With the boys on the weekend. And then I maybe sleep there 1 or 2 nights, because I have to, there's so many animals. And I try to have this project of growing our own food and trying not to go to the supermarket and eat everything we can from the farm. And it takes a lot of time. Just today, I had 50 yards of really good soil delivered. So now I'm becoming a specialist of different types of soil. Who would have thought? Yes.
So you and Martina both have had a great deal of fame in your life. How difficult has it been navigating each other's fame?
Not difficult at all. To me, my personality, when I love someone, I have to admire this person. I have to be proud of this person. And this is who Martina is. You just cannot not admire her. And when you know her close personally, she has the most amazing heart. I admire her for being who she is as a human, and then comes tennis. Loved putting her on pedestal, and she is a confident. And I think when you're confident within yourself and you love a person, there is no envy. Like I know some couples, when one is more successful than another, there is feeling of insecurity, which is such a shame. I think it has to be such a partnership. We both have to be happy for each other's success. And with Martina, it's a total osmosis. It's incredible. She's having so much fun when we go out and somebody comes to Martina and says, "Oh, you're Julia's from the Real Housewives of Miami wife. She loves, that's her favorite. But she goes, she loves it.
I mean, you're famous, but Martina's a legend.
I know, right? And then,
I mean,
but she gets such a kick out of people saying, "Oh, you're, I know who you are. You are Julia's from the Housewives wife." Yeah, it's so sweet.
Yeah, that's
she loves
crazy,
it. She's like, "Come on, Julia, off you go, your turn."
That's so nice. She's so very supportive of you, huh?
So supportive. Yes.
Yeah.
Always been, and the show life is not always easy on a couple because it takes a lot time and dedication, and you share your private life. But she's the best supporter.
Well, I mean, we were just walking together at a black tie event in Los Angeles a little while ago when we were walking the red carpet together. And I mean, I'm so used to seeing you all glammed up, and it's a little difficult for me to imagine you on the farm feeding the chickens.
Oh,
right?
Yes.
Isn't that what you do? You feed the chickens?
I feed the chickens. I feed the goats. I milk the goats. I give baths to like a sick cow. And it's like always something. There is always some kind of problem. I collect poop. And hey, dogs, I have like 11 dogs. And then you have to take it to the vet. I learned like new terms of veterinarian terms of certain things, like in English, I didn't know what it means. It's just like comical stories, one to another.
And you actually, the chickens you raise, explain this to me. They have colored eggs? I mean, I've seen brown eggs, I've seen white eggs, but
blue and cream and chocolate, like deep brown and green. I became a specialist of every single breed probably that exists. That's how I ended up with 300 chickens, because I thought they're so pretty.
Is it the food, or is it the different kind of chicken that
different
gives
kind
the
of
colored
breed,
eggs?
Different kind of chicken.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
And then you have bantam, small ones, and they have the teeny tiny eggs. And then I have like 30 ducks, and they lay eggs, and geese, and the egg is like size of this microphone, almost huge.
Do you name your animals, or is it too many?
Too many. Well, some chickens do have names.
Okay. Your favorite chickens?
Favorite chickens. So the ones I can remember, yes.
Okay. And you also, don't you raise like miniature horses?
I have miniature cows.
Miniature cows?
5 of them. They're so cute.
Oh my
they have
gosh.
the biggest, the longest eyelashes. And they're like, when I have a tough day or difficult day, or, now becoming a student at my age, sometimes I'm like so tired or whatever, I just hug the cow. I know it sounds really weird, but I like we have like special relationship. I grab the nose of the cow, and like we smell each other. And to me, it's the best smell. Like smelling the nose of the cow or the nose of the horse, and they could like bite you, but they don't. It's therapeutical.
So how big is a miniature cow?
It's when they're baby, they are like a Labrador, teeny tiny, and then it's 36 inches tall.
So like a Great Dane? Like a big dog? A giant dog?
Could be smaller than even a Great Dane. I have one, teeny tiny.
Really?
The height is like this.
And what
size of like a washing machine. They're pets. They're just there to give you emotional support and look at you with the beautiful long eyelashes and big black nose, and they come to you and they just smell, and they're there, they're fluffy, and I brush them.
Oh,
they're just big, giant pets.
And do you sell them?
I sell, sometimes they have babies.
Okay.
And there's a long waiting list for the pets, baby, mini cows. So I sell them. If I could, I would keep them all. But I have to sell them so I could pay for the hay of the other animals. And then the same thing, I have 30 goats, mini goats, and I milk them. I have on the farm, I have all kind of animals. Honestly, if you include chickens, it's probably like 500 beating souls.
Oh my goodness. And you said you have goats also, and you milk the goats?
30 goats.
Okay.
Of different breeds.
Okay.
Show goats, not just any goat. I'm a member of American Dairy Goat Association, believe me or not.
Didn't know there was such a thing.
Well, and oh my God, Martina, she was like crying, laughing. I went to the goat beauty pageant.
Okay. Did you win?
I came last.
Did your goats win?
I came last. And it was the funniest thing. Like I was biting my lips. Like I had to be really serious because it's like people like that's their job, professionals. I mean, it's a serious. I was such a rookie, and I was laughing, and this woman came to me and with like really serious face. She said, "You make your goat look bad."
Sorry.
I promise I'm
That's
gonna
good.
learn. I'm gonna learn
There
because
you
you have to
go.
walk in a certain way, and then you have to stop. The judge said you stop, and I'm like, and they were "Psst, stop laughing. No. And I was like, oh my God, you walk in a circle, you have to be dressed in a certain way. It's serious. But I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but I don't know which way. And I was completely misleading my goat. And it was like, you walk in the ring and then you stop and you have to like stand and they look at the other. And I was like, what's the other? Oh, okay. That was my first day. So yes, I came last every single time I would walk.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work for me.
Well,
but I milk them.
That must be quite a life. That must be quite a life. That must give you great joy.
I'm never bored.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what it is to be bored because I make myself needed. Somebody always needs me, either the animal or child or my wife, so it's busy.
Right. Everything always seems so perfect online. But life is not always perfect, right? And you've been through some difficult times. You lost a child once, right?
Yes.
How difficult was that?
It's still is. It will never be in the past tense. There's never a day when I don't think about it. It happened in 2000, March 2000, March 8, 2000. And it's never gonna get better, And I shared the story on our show, Housewives, and I got, fortunately or unfortunately, like to know, I got a big response of a lot of people who had similar experience. I was very sad to know that how many people had similar experience, but I was happy that to read that what happened to me and sharing that helped them. One of the reasons why I'm happy I'm doing the show, because it can actually help some people. They can relate.
Sure.
I didn't hide. I didn't embellish the truth. I said exactly like what I could share. And and you know what else? Talking about destiny, my son Maximilian and Martina, they were born on the same day, October 18th. Talking about destiny, yes.
And also, you've shared Martina has gone through a health battle, right?
Yes, she had 3 cancers.
Okay, but she's on the other side of that.
She's on the other side, and she's a warrior and survivor and such a humble person. And
but you were together for that.
Yes. The first time it was in Paris. We were together. It was a couple of years after we met. And second time, it was 2 years ago. Yeah, that was devastating. It was very scary.
But life now is great.
Life now is great. I cherish every day. I know people say, they say that, live your day as if it's your last, right? But not a lot of people actually apply it to their daily life.
Right.
I've been through so many ups and downs that I actually, like every day, I'm thankful to be in good health that I know of, to have my parents still alive, to have Martina, to have my daughters, to have whatever happens to me, up or down, I am on the positive side.
You are, and I don't know you that well, but I know you fairly well. You are one of the strongest women I've met in a long time. You are one of the most positive women, and you are a super grateful human being, is how you strike me. Am I right?
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you so much. I mean, I guess you see it better than me. I just being me, and I don't lie about my feelings.
Where does the strength come from?
It's a great question. I think leaving my mother behind in the Soviet Union and feeling that guilt that I couldn't bring her with me. I found a purpose in life since really early age to like one day I will bring my mom to wherever I was, or I go back to Moscow and I'll bring her presents and I'll do this. So it was kind of for her. Everything a lot was for her. So it was always for somebody, you know. Then I added to my mom, I added my first daughter, Victoria, then second daughter, then it was Martina. There was always for somebody. So it was never like, I want this, I want this. Like, I would like this, but it was, I have no right to be down. I have no right to be depressed. I have no right to feel sorry for myself. I have no right to be down, because then I cannot lift myself up for them. What are they going to do without me?
Right.
So that gives me that motivation, get up and go. But then to kind of recharge my batteries, I squeeze the nose and I kiss the nose of my cows and 11 dogs, and I literally like breathe them.
And these two little brothers that you adopted, they came from an abusive situation, basically, right?
They came from foster care, from very, very traumatic environment. And poor guys, they did not have it easy from the start. That was very, very difficult for them. Very, very sad what they experienced. And we know only part of it.
And they really need you.
And they really need us, yes. They need me, they need Martina, they need the animals, because I see the positive energy. They're not scared of dogs. They now like help me with chickens. They squeeze the dogs also. They like, you know, they're not there yet to smell the cow's nose, but they all almost. I see them, like I have big Belgian Malinois, and one of them, he's such a lover boy. So both boys just use him as a horse. They grab him and they smell him and they just stay. And then they keep running, you know. But that moment, I see myself in them. What they do to Zorro, I know why they're doing it. It's just kind of like a quick need of something. And animals are pure, just like children. There is no falsified emotions. It's just a pure joy and pure energy that we all need.
I agree 100%, but I'm not sure that many of us are ready to smell the nose of the cow.
I know that.
I don't know if I'm ready for that. So, and now you are reinventing yourself again. You're studying opera. Tell me about that.
Growing up in a communist country, the good thing about it was our culture and education. Everybody, most of the people I knew would go at least my family took me to opera or ballet or theater at least once a month. Saving money to go buy tickets and go see. Culture is like so important. I grew up with this. I loved opera since I was a little girl. Martina the same. And when Martina was going through her cancer treatment, I was with her. Part of it, like I went to Paris to see my daughter Emma. And Martina's friends made a playlist for her. And Maria Callas with La Traviata was on them. O Mio Babino Caro was on that playlist. And we would talk every day. And she said, like, when she was doing her chemotherapy, she would listen to that. In my insanity, I decided to surprise Martina. And I was like, I can do it. I was listening to opera all my life. And in the shower, almost in my small Parisian apartment, off I went trying to hit some notes. Oh my God, like the neighbors were like, stop. And, but I kept going. And I learned a piece from La Traviata. I mean, I had a fabulous red dress, makeup, and the whole 9 yards. I believed I could be an opera singer. Well, you need the voice for this. But I was so passionate. I wanted to surprise Martina. We filmed it on the show. Andy Cohen actually said that moment was one of his favorite on the show. Because, it was silly of me to think I can sing opera without proper training. But I tried. It was literally from my heart. I believed that moment. I was Maria Callas for Martina. She cried. And once it was all over, I started missing it so much because I was in the car. I listened to Maria Callas. And I said, I rarely do things in life as a tourist. I don't like to be a tourist. I want to do it properly. I couldn't hold two notes, but soon I will be able to. And I went for the audition to Florida Grand Opera. I had a role in Carmen. I was playing Manuelita last year. And then I auditioned for music school in FIU. And that's here I am. It's my second semester as a voice major studying opera in FIU. 9 a.m. I'm in class.
What are you going to do with that?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
It's an energy. I just love studying it. And I'm around those talented kids.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're all 18, 22 years old.
Right.
But they're such, they're in their element. They're artists. They have their talent. They create music.
Will you go back to Housewives for another season?
Possibly. I don't know what's happening yet. None of us know. But I had a difficult season. But it's all about resolution.
Why did you have a difficult season?
Sometimes your emotions get kind of the best of the worst of you, and you don't handle them the way you would normally behave. But then you learn from it.
What's the worst thing that happened to you on Housewives?
I think that was definitely this year, watching myself not emotionally handling. I was not in a great space. I was sweeping things under the carpet, things that I'm preaching to myself not do, I was doing, because emotionally it was really, really hard. I was going through, first of all, kind of post-traumatic emotions after Martina is being diagnosed and then cured, but it was really hard as her caretaker emotionally to leave that. And then also the adoption process. When we were filming this last season, the boys were ours, but they were not officially adopted yet. And I was afraid, like, what if all those bad thoughts, that I was chasing away, what if it wouldn't be finalized? What if they would be taken away? And that showed on camera my behavior was not calm.
Right.
I was not in peace with myself.
Did someone accuse you of having an affair? Did I hear that?
Happened as well. Yes, that was, I did not have an affair. We're still together. I did not have an affair, but something happened on the show and I talked openly about it. And that was like 5 years ago.
Oh, it was? But just the fact that someone would accuse you of something like that would be traumatic.
I deserved a part of it. It was like, there was not, whatever they said about, something happened on the show. And I actually told Andy about it because otherwise it was just kind of things were kind of holding over my head, and I didn't want to feel that it could be thrown into my face and be beholden to that. I just wanted to come clean to what happened with my full responsibility. But I needed to have a clean slate with that person. And then that person said that I cheated on Martina, which was not true. But it happens. Drama. Get over it. I got over it.
You're not a drama person. You don't strike me as a drama person. I didn't even ask you about, discrimination as a woman or, as a gay woman or anything like that, because you don't strike me as somebody who really would tolerate discrimination.
I would never. No, I would absolutely not. And I never experienced that.
Right.
Thank God.
So what was your biggest obstacle that you ever faced in your life and how did you overcome it?
Pretty tall girl from Russia, we know who you are. You're going to be, you're looking for like a sugar daddy. No, I was not. And that taboo was really hard to break. And it used to eat me alive. Like, why would people be so mean to me? Why would they think this of me? Like, why? What have I done to them? Or what have I not? And I tried so hard to prove them wrong until one day I was like, why? I'm like banging my head against the wall. Why am I supporting this negativity? And it's almost like you take a long shower and you wash away all those thoughts. And I realized the biggest thing I overcame is trying to prove somebody who I am or who I am not. Just live your life, and whoever is in your path and you go together with those people, friends or partners, they're meant to be. And the others, they will just fall apart and fall off.
And that's exactly why this show is about women supporting women. That's what we do, and that's what Women of Tomorrow is all about. What one piece of advice would you give to young people out there today that want to pursue some of the dreams that you have, or dreams of their own?
Never to doubt yourself. Success is not about titles. Success is not about having an amazing career that you imagine. It's about kind of alignment. You have to be disciplined. You have to believe in this little girl or little boy in you and never lose the childlike wonder. Believe in yourself and never derail from that. Like, respect yourself. Don't worry so much what others think of you.
Confidence.
And confidence comes with life is not perfect. It's gonna go a lot of up and down, but don't derail from believing who you are. Do not ever let anyone tell you like what you should or not be doing. Believe like your voice matters because it's unique, because it's who you are, and don't follow a cliche path. Just envision what you would like, who you think you are, and just that, because you are that person, and be positive.
Your parents must be very proud of you.
They worry, they're proud, they cannot wait for me to go back, and they miss me.
Parents always want their children to come home, right?
And the amazing thing about my parents is like they never make me feel guilty. I cannot say this about myself and my kids. I here and there say like, when are you coming to see me? When are you coming to see my mom? I know how much, she probably cries when we hang up the phone. I try to speak to her like every day or every single day. But she never makes me, that's an incredible thing. She never makes me feel bad when I hang up the phone or guilty that we have an ocean, between us. I know she waits for me, and all she hopes that I'm going to tell her like, I just bought a ticket, I'm coming over. But she never does, because she knows I have big kids, little kids, life. She knows I will come back. And but it's this amazing sacrifice as a mother. She does what's best for me, and that's what I learned from my kids. I have to like let them be and do what's best for them.
What's your favorite role in life? Wife, mother, farmer, fancy woman,
definitely not fancy woman, definitely not the red carpet. And I think mother. I love being a mother and caretaker.
What do you love most about the United States?
When I was already with Martina, we were living in Paris. I would never hold Martina's hand in Paris. I was scared, ashamed, and I would be like so in the closet that I was like, please don't. And Martina was like getting heartbroken. Julia, why are you this way? I said, I can't. Like, people look, people are watching us. We cannot do this. People in a cafe would be like drinking coffee and like, oh, look at them. We came to, we had a trip to Colorado and then Miami, and I could hold Martina's hand freely for the first time. And I was like, oh my God, I gave you a huge kiss, and I felt free. I felt people are not judging. I felt I could be myself. And I was like, I want to live here. I kind of started talking about, the culture and the Florida, which is true. But the main thing which shocked me in a positive way, the acceptance. In 2011, we were here for the first time, and I could hold Martina's hand for the first time and not kind of watch behind my back. And it was the most incredible feeling. I was like, darling, that's going to be our home.
I know you always had big dreams as a child growing up in the Soviet Union, but did that little girl in the Soviet Union, in the USSR, ever think that she would be sitting here as you today?
I'll retire when I die because I am an artist inside. Like I need to create something. Okay. And it's something new every day. I hope I'll be better tomorrow than I am today. So when I was a little girl imagining my future, it's whatever it is with ups and downs. Tomorrow will be a different day. I'll learn I learn every second.
And I'm sure you will.
And I make a point of learning, whatever it is. Again, I'm never bored. I can stop and look at the tree and I will I will see the different shades of green and I will count the leaves.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sure you will be better tomorrow. I have no doubt about that. Julia Lemigova, it's a pleasure seeing you again and being here together. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. Loved it.
Let us know one thing from today's episode that resonated with you and send it to us on my social media at Jennifer Valoppi, or put it in the comments and we will post and read your responses to hopefully help other women who might have missed this episode. Meanwhile, every episode ends with a micro action, something simple that you can do right now to improve your life and move yourself forward. Today's micro action is to pause before reacting today. Ask yourself, will this really matter in a year? If not, let it go. Remember, every step you take takes you one step closer to your future. And finally, we support the Women of Tomorrow Mentor and Scholarship Program and the thousands of young women who are served through mentorship, education, and access to opportunity. If this conversation inspired you, please subscribe. Follow me on social media at Jennifer Valoppi and learn more about Women of Tomorrow at womenoftomorrow.org. Your donation can help us change the world one young woman at a time. Thanks for listening.